Hey guys, Tarp here, bringing you some more Warcraft 3 action. Playing today's spawning in the south, we have Happy, playing as Night Elf. Yes, not Undead, he's playing as Night Elf. And going for the Warden first. He's up against him in the Northwest Blade, playing as Human and going for the AM. Claws there, claws over here as well. This one's from the ESL Open Cup Finals. Happened over the weekend. And yeah, Happy played Night Elf throughout the whole tournament, so I don't know if he was just like looking for a challenge, maybe he wants to test out, get some pocket strategies for certain maps or matchups. But yeah, here he is playing Night Elf, which is pretty cool. Pick up the item. There he goes. Map is our last refuge, by the way, forgot to mention that. Two on the AM, over two on the Warden. Warden coming in for some harass.
Are under attack.
I believe he stole that creep there with the Shadow Strike. Now on the exit. 4 footmen there. Elemental looking to start up this camp, and here comes a line of militia. So it's going to be an expansion attempt. Happy already at half health, did have the replenishment potion, could have used that before coming into this fight. Might not have got full value, all 30 seconds, but it helped out, and I think he got the steal on that creep there. 281. And then getting the War Elemental as well. Does not get the Ogre Magi, that goes to Blade. Keep buying a reveal there, expecting some archers to be around. That is not the case. Got the militia up there. And goes for the shot first into healing. He's got a lot of low health units. I think that will pay dividends for him. Looks like replenishment potion has been used, and Happy going back on the offensive. 6 archers. As ticked. Moonwell going down. No Hunter Swarm though. Here we go. Footman with a bit of distraction. Oh, nice blocking there by Happy. And he can't make it up the hill to safety. Ends up going down. Warden wasn't slowed by this though, coming straight in. And has gone for 1 level fan, 1 level Shadow Strike. And speaking of the Shadow Strike, opening up on the footman here. Very careful with these archers though, very, very fragile. Picks off a footman. Up for another one now. Good blocking by the Warden. Can't get away. Oh, you gotta be careful. No blink on here. Overall, this harass not super effective. Go for 1 or 2 footmen, but the expansion up and running now. Ooh, not picks up another footman. So 3 footmen, loses an archer. Things are looking a little bit grim for Happy. Gonna need to get this tech going, get himself back in the game. His Warden hero level is still quite low as well. A tough position. Arcane Tower up as well, so no easy run-ins. The Fan of Knives, and we're peeling off for a bit of Ancient War creeping, uprooting this one and running it across. Archer die up there to a... looks like critter maybe. Level 3 on the wall. Ooh, gets a Sobi mask. Of Law's in trouble. Good timing here by Blade. 1 cancelled. Going for the second Shadow Strike. Oh, that's level 2 Shadow Strike. I couldn't see the damage number it did there.
player's forces are
and he's going to get cancelled on the second Law. Could he get a cancel on the third? This is still a lot of footmen here. But the aim in some trouble. Spins the fan to get the kill. Aim goes down. But all the laws cancelled here, so Blade with a huge resource advantage right now. Well, actually pretty close to level 4 now. Gonna spend a Shadow Strike here to get one more kill.
A town is under
Can he
siege.
run into some creeps and deny it? No, one gets it somehow. I don't know what's going on there, man. How did Happy get that kill right then? Luck is on his side. With going up at the expansion. Well, oh man, looks like that harass came at the expense of his tech. That tech is coming in slower than I was expecting. I guess having to pump out so many extra footmen to make that push onto the tech structures delayed his teching a little bit. A bit more creeping. Oh, did he deny that one? The Ancient War might have killed one of those creeps there. And footman coming on the offensive. Happy with a invis potion here. Looking to spring an ambush on these footmen. About to run right into the archers, and here we go. Man of Knives, big fan. Good damage. 2 low health footies peeling off, and a Zeppelin coming in. Ooh, spends a Shadow Strike to get the kill there. No more Zeppelin saves on Footman. They'd make life miserable here, even going for the Wisps. They might have overextended here. Happy with the chase down, and the aim has to spend a town portal to get out. Doesn't get the arch either. Very good control there by Happy. And he shuts down that harass very, very quickly. Impressive stuff. I'm going to go for the expansion position. And we're going to see a counter expand. Let's have that Wisp nearby. Okay, MK second. No surprises there. I wonder what Happy's going to be like in terms of... I suppose he doesn't have blink, right? It's like, oh man, whatever his reaction's going to be like for the blink dodges on the Stormbolts, but of course he hasn't gone for blink, so it's not going to be happening. Zeppelin spotted. Probably looking for the AM, doing some creeping here, expecting him to be at the shop, but just doing this relatively easy camp here. Doesn't find the AM, and maybe worried about some units actually being inside the Zeppelin, but that is not the case. Smell spotting, and wow, Detonate gets level 5, and level 2 fans, level 3 fan rather, is going to be the option, so it's going to be nasty against these footmen. Couple relatively safe camps around here for Blade. Well, they would be safe, but I think getting very aggressive. Ooh, and this aggression is going to pay off. Finds a couple priests coming fresh out the factory. Going to take down both of them immediately. Another Zeppelin recruited here as well. Okay, in comes Happy. For some harass, finds the footman. Oh, we know rifleman on the far side. Aim out. 1 dispel, 2 dispel. Oh, and he steals the final creep with the fan. Dodges, wow, dodges the Shadow Strike with the Zeppelin. Very impressive by Blade. Big fan, militia falling quickly. 4 of them down in the blink of an eye. Shapri's going down, another militia. Rifles out the back. Focus fire into the MK. MK in some trouble. Oh, into the Zeppelin and safe. Oh, no, coming back out. Warden, very close to another Shadow Strike. With that Sobi Mask, good mana. They staff out there, okay. MK hit level 2 with that last Stormbolt kill on the Archer, so Salvaged it into a decent position, did Blade. Didn't lose too much. But, of course, Happy does have his expansion just about to be producing, so Blade not going to have that resource advantage for too much longer now. Now it looks like, oh, I started mixing a couple mortar teams. And some breakers. And Blade, wow. He shot up really quickly. He's got so many production buildings. That's how he's managed to do it. Now at 70 food. I imagine quite a lot of that is still in production though. One getting in deep with the fan. Good Zeppelin save, but the Zeppelin getting very, very low. Oh, and they're all dizzy. He managed to town pull out. I think he only lost one unit there, but that was disastrous for Blade. All these units are going to be dizzy for quite some time. Going to be very bad for the next fight. It looks like Happy not pushing in to the main here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Maybe try and take down some of these, maybe like a workshop or the altar here, but no. Definitely still looking for the fight. And Warden taking a lot of damage here. MK close to another Stormbolt. Warden could be in trouble. Oh, how did he start this creeping? Last second rejuvenation. Saving the day, otherwise the Warden would have gone down there to that follow-up. Clutch stuff from Happy. How did that get aggroed? How did these guys get aggroed? The mortar teams like attacked them and then they came down the ledge? I'm not sure. Don't see any craters up here from mortar team attack ground attempts. Strange. But things seem to be going pretty well for Blade. However, this is a level 6 Warden now, so Avatar Vengeance is going to be on deck, and still quite low hero levels on the human side. No castle tech. Staying at tier 2 for the moment. There we go, level 4 for the AM. That's going to be nice, and pretty close to level 3 for the MK as well. Just a tiny amount, 2 experience off. Spirits here just chipping in for some free damage. Can't do anything about them. Man, how good is Avatar of Vengeance compared to Reanimate Dead?
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Anyway, discussion for another time. And come the mortar teams, putting some pressure on the expansion. Mass detonate. No more mana on these human heroes. Happy trying to come around the rear, but the mortar team's very strong against these Dryads, blasting them down in one volley each. Footman falling quickly in the front line. About to see a bear fall. Heal scroll on the human side. Working with the anti-magic shell, taking down some units in the back line. Now focusing down the MK. MK does have a mana potion, but it's going to be a town portal out. Bears getting into the back line on the human side and dishing out some damage. And Happy looks like he's trying to stay at 50 food for a little bit here. Interesting. Played at 70. Checking upgrades for a while. About 1 damage upgrade, 1 armor upgrade for the breakers. Wave of spirits coming through, looking to do some harass. What I was thinking is like, man, these spirits last like feels like longer than the Death Knight's ultimate. Let alone the Avatar. Big fan. Priests and mortar teams having to reposition somewhat. Dryads taking quite a lot of damage. Nice fairy dragon positioning there. And the breaker front line about to crumble. He is dishing out some nasty damage. More teams with no Dryads to fire at anymore. The front goes down. Bear in trouble. Gets out of there. Very close call. The the MK, it looks like he popped his mana potion and he's ready to go. He's juiced up. Looks like he's going to go for the Warden kill. And that's an instant town portal to dodge the bolt.
A town is under siege.
Blade's still sitting around 70. He's just pumping out from the production here. He's got a workshop, double sanctums, and a barracks. So he can just flood units forward. It looks like he's forgotten about a breaker back at his base as well, though. A bit more creeping here. Oh, and that's level 5 AM. That's the big old boys. Level 3 water elemental. This makes sense in this particular instance. Like, you know, the MK's already at super high mana for the next fight. Well, as you know, sometimes it's worth considering level 3 Brilliant Sword just to spam bolts on the MK. That coming through, okay. MK quite low, he's got the invo, he's got the heal scroll. He's in trouble, and there we go, popping the heal scroll now. And the water elementals at the front blocking nicely. All those dryads got killed by the mortars earlier. Going to try and do some damage out the back, but taking a lot in return. Happy struggling to hold on here. He's really struggling for lumber, especially. He's close to 1,000 gold, but only 80 lumber. Maybe he's like hotkeys are not that strong. What's he trying? Is he trying to transition to something? Doesn't look like it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Missing out on a lot of production time there. And yeah, starting to pump out a few more wisps for some more lumber. So playing your off race, that's maybe something you can mess up your number of wisps on lumber, especially as like a few that were parked around the map got killed. Maybe you failed to account for that in your lumber calculations. Playing off race, that's an easy mistake to make, I would say.
Attack.
Okay, Warden chasing all the way into base here. Still a 30 food lead to Blade. See what he can get done here. Zeppelin goes down to the Spirits of Vengeance out the back. Bolt onto the bear here. Could go down. Warden coming back with the staff. And another Zeppelin. Man, Blade really likes those Zeppelins, doesn't he? Sounds like a priest went down to those spirits. Man, they're annoying.
A player's forces are under attack.
Tower about to expire, so you can see Happy trying to bait Blade into focusing this. Because he doesn't really need it anymore. It's about to expire. This is some aggressive creeping here from Blade. Right on the doorstep of Happy. Is MK ever so much closer to level 5? Go for bash as well on the MK, so no thunderclaps, which are of course very, very strong against bears in the front line. Might be worth considering going for some Tome of Retrainings. Mass Detonate coming through. A lot of mana gone from these human heroes. MK very, very low for the Shadow Strike. And the breaker line crumbling. 2 breakers going down, and same with a rifle on the exit. Blade pumping his production again? No? Oh yeah, 2 more breakers coming through to replace those ones. Yeah, Blade just not having much success in these fights, and I think it's because he's missing the thunderclap. The bears are just dishing it out to the breaker front line.
A player's forces are under attack.
And yeah, this water elementals are still working out pretty well because Happy quite light on the dryads, and they have been getting blasted down by the mortars. And, you know, you could also consider retraining into Blizzard. Also a strong option with combined with the clap. Here we go, mass mortar team's in a bit of trouble. Looks like the breakers are getting, oh, there's a bit of blocker. 1 mortar team down. Good detonates again, getting rid of the mana on the MK. Here we go, fighting underway. 4 Team is dishing it out to the Dryads. Getting some good bear damage in. Level 5 on the MK. Level 3 Stormbolt. That's going to be nasty. I'm pulling the trigger though. And Happy, the one pulling back this time, and he's finally broken upkeep up to about 65 food. He's still hanging around just below 50. Looks like he caught in some militia expecting a fight, but doesn't materialize. His main is dry. In fact, the expansion is just run dry as well, so Blade in some big trouble. Instead trying to creep out this expansion position, or finish creeping it out.
Under attack.
He's going on the offensive, oh boy, and Warden in some big trouble immediately in this fight. Good dispel on the anti-magic shell there. He's out the front, but no support out the back at the moment. And it looks like this fight going pretty well for Blade. Going to be a town portal out from Happy. So many low bears. Oh, and they all escape. 2 bears on a pixel. Another couple also not terribly healthy. Flare up, spotting what's going on.
Forces are under attack.
Looks like a bit of long range mining. Oh, it's still nighttime. Okay, good idea. And the mortar teams make short work of Happy's expansion. Coming down super quickly. We can start some long range mining across to here. Taking down the wisps. Maybe still can walk his Tree of Eternity across there, of course. Blade with a close to 5 food advantage. Might be a little bit less than that, given how many wisps we've seen go down for Happy, and Blade is still with most of his peasants. In terms of actual fighting forces, they might be pretty similar here. Still 0-1 upgrades here, and 2-2 upgrades for Happy, so he's got the edge. Big blinking fan. Getting onto the back line, those mortar teams looking mighty vulnerable. Does have a scroll of healing here, it's going to need to activate it. And does before the fan goes, or before the fan connects at least. Well timed by Blade. He's having trouble holding the front line, that is just a wall of bears. Another good blink fan. Wonderful units in the back line falling, and Blade struggling to hold the front line here. Another heal scroll. These bears just dashing it out to the breakers. Blade falling apart. Trying his best. I feel like he's been very economical with his Stormbolts, I'll put it that way. Quite often I've seen him with very high mana remaining on his EMK. Oh boy! Oh. There's a flare. Whoa! Level 9 Warden. Had just enough mana there to blink out. I didn't even mention the item from this recap, by the way. Also, battle drums very strong. And yeah, he is going for some long range mining from this mine as well. Daytime, so this one's going to be interrupted. These. Oh no, nighttime again. Enforced. Okay. Oh, MK in some big trouble. Got the invult. Activates. Gonna remove the damage over time, but yeah, has to town portal out. Big fan. Now the mortar team falls. Now they're pretty much dead even in terms of food count. We're happy with the higher tech army. 2-2 upgrades. Interesting that this gold mine is closer to this expansion than that one. Oh boy. He's about to walk into a slaughter there. There we go, fighting back underway. MK instantly the target, jumping into the Zeppelin. Where's the Stormbolt? Where's the Stormbolt? There it is. Back into the Zeppelin. Back into the Zeppelin. Yep. And safe. But in the meantime, Blade's army just crumbling in front of the bears. And he throws in the towel. Well, pretty impressive stuff there from Happy. He was looking pretty strong. I don't know how he did it. Like, these fights, he was like 50 or so food against 75 and just, you know, he may not have won every single fight like that, but he'd at least trade close to evenly and he wouldn't put himself in a losing position afterwards. Just incredible stuff. As for Blade, I feel like he really needed Thunderclap there against the Bears. It just would have helped him out so much. Massive damage, the slowdown. Yeah, I feel like that was a big blunder going for Bash instead of the Thunderclap in that particular match. Overall, GG, and yeah, interesting to see Happy taking it out playing Night Owl. Wow. I'll wrap on that, guys. Thanks for tuning in to some more Warcraft 3 action, and until next time, goodbye and good luck.